How can we help you today?
A friend of mine said that DFS has a program. It's got like cash assistance, I guess, and I was hoping you could tell me more about it.
Okay, that's the POWER program here in the state of Wyoming. In other states, they call it TANF. POWER is a personal opportunities with employment responsibilities. There's three basic factors that apply to POWER. And the first factor would be eligibility, income, asset test, and other eligibility factors. And then the second is child support requirements. Child support, if there's an absent parent, we'll refer you over to child support within 2 days from the date of application. And they're located at 2015 Cary Avenue. And we can give you a contact date.
Okay. What would go into my plan then? Like what, so I would have to go to child support?
Yes, as a requirement to be entitled to the POWER cash payment, you would have to comply with child support.
So what happens when my kid's dad decides to come up with some cash and just give it to me? I have to report that?
Yes, once you get in the POWER program and we issue you a POWER payment and dad gives you cash payment, that has to be turned over to the state of Wyoming Child Support Services, or you can bring it into our office. And child support's a good thing. Child support is to hold him obligated. It's his responsibility to provide for the kids just as much as it is for you to provide for them. And it also gives him a good record. It tracks his payments so that he gets credit for them. And if at any time child support assists you and they enforce it and then payments start coming on a regular basis, then you can choose to close your POWER case, and child support will continue to assist you in enforcing them payments, and then payments will be routed to you. A lot of times what occurs is child support will enforce child support and payments will be sporadic. So 100% of the time when POWER payments are inconsistent, then the client elects to take the POWER payment because it's received on a regular basis. And then the state will maintain that, retain that child support that he's paying. Unless you want to request good cause. Good cause is if you feel there's a safety issue. If you feel that pursuing child support is going to put you and your kids in danger, then we have a process that we can apply and send it up to the state office, and we'll have our administrator look it over along with your evidence to make sure that good cause does exist, and if it does, then she can exempt you from that requirement. But at this point, what we'll do is we'll refer you to child support, and then you can sit down with the child support caseworker, and they'll be a little more informative for you, and give you the whole picture of what services they can provide for you.
Okay, I guess I could do that.
Okay, and then the third aspect of POWER is the POWER work program. And basically what we'll do is refer you to the Department of Employment Services and set you up with the POWER caseworker.
Okay.
And it'll either be Liz or Marco.
Okay.
And basically what they'll do is they'll design what we call IRP, Individual Responsibility Plan, and they'll design that for you. And basically what they'll put in the plan is what your interests are. If you want to pursue schooling, if you want to do job search, if you want to do some type of short-term training, they'll assist you in that. They'll assist you in resume.
Okay.
And every plan is individualized. It is designed for you.
All right, I can do that.
Okay? So basically, before we start the application process, I'm gonna start off with the rights and responsibilities.
Our benefit specialist reviews the client's rights and responsibilities with her before he begins asking the questions on the application.
Can you tell me who all resides in your household?
He moves efficiently through the interview. He is careful to cover items that may pertain specifically to the POWER program. These can include factors such as vehicles or a discussion on how child support will be treated.
And how about your vehicles?
I have one vehicle. It's a Jeep.
And the year?
It's a 2014.
Okay. And do you have a vehicle registration with you today?
Yeah, it's probably out in the car. I can bring it.
How about child support from Dominic?
Yeah, well, I get that. I guess I feel like I earned that, but okay.
How does he pay? Is it court ordered?
It is court ordered. Sometimes he gives me cash, sometimes I get it from his check. Depends on if he's still at the same job or not.
What is his court order amount?
$575 a month.
How much did he give you this month?
He gave me like $200, and then he came by and gave me another $50, which I guess we can count towards it.
Okay.
The kids needed stuff for school, you know, it started, so.
Okay, so he paid you 200 in August, and he paid you 50 in August.
Mhm.
Anything after that, you would have to turn that back over to the state of Wyoming, child support.
Okay.
Sometimes that slips through, because from the date of application, compliance, from the date of application to the end of the month, you're in compliance with child support, you're in compliance with your Power Work Manager. I get all the information that I need to determine eligibility. The first of the month, I'm gonna authorize you a prorated payment for the month of August, and then a full payment for the month of September, okay? And then sometimes that information crosses. Sometimes what happens is I issue it out, and then a child support payment will slip into you. You get that, you have to contact child support and pay that back to them, okay?
Okay.
The benefit specialist proceeds to cover all eligibility factors and deductions. Other tools may be used, such as the combined manual or interviewing toolkit, to make sure all appropriate questions are answered.
And self-employed. So you indicated on the application you were self-employed.
Well, I've been trying to, you know, been really into trying to sell like Mary Kay. So it is self-employed. I've been doing pretty okay with it, because, you know, with the kids little, that's what I was trying to do. But I also have like a house cleaning business too, so I don't know, not really doing very well on that though.
Do you clean houses for yourself, or do you clean houses for an individual?
No, it's for myself. I get paid cash though.
Okay, and you do that on a consistent basis?
Yeah, I guess, since like March,
Okay, so you've been doing it
on and off.
for the last 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, self-employment statement. And then if you incur self-employment expense, we can allow a standard deduction, which is 25% off
Okay,
of the total gross that you claim.
okay.
And then,
Which isn't a lot, which is why I don't, you know, I didn't really think it was that big of a deal, I just put it down.
okay, well, how much do you believe you make a week?
It totally depends on my clients, if they need it done or not, and how long I'm there for. So it could be, you know, $50 a week, and it could be like 400.
Okay, so what I suggest is go back and look at your business ledgers and see what you made for the month of July
Okay,
and what you're tentatively gonna make for the month of August,
okay,
and then average them out and get a total gross. And then attach a receipt. So if you buy a cleanser, attach that receipt. I can knock off 25% of the total gross that you're claiming.
okay,
Okay? If you believe that, hey, my expenses are well and above that 25%, bring in your actual receipts of ongoing expenses, and I'll see if I can deduct more of that expense for you.
okay, good.
Okay, so
Mhm.
self-employment statement. What do you pay in rent?
And like, I guess I'm paying like, I don't know, it's like $7.95 or something.
Do you receive Cheyenne Housing Section 8?
Yes.
You do? Okay. And that's very important. There are two payment amounts for the power.
Okay.
The payment shelter included benefit is the higher payment. Shelter supplied is the lower payment. So basically, you would be entitled to the lower payment because of receiving assistance through Cheyenne Housing Section 8.
With the eligibility portion of the interview completed, the benefit specialist reviews the client's responsibilities and verifications that are needed, along with reviewing what timeframes will need to be met and what she can expect to receive in the mail.
So now, we are going to go over the IRCU. This is very important. It's called the Individual Responsibility Certificate of Understanding. Personal opportunities with employment for responsibilities. Okay? So on the back side of it, what is power? Power is a time limited. Each family will be limited to 5 years, 60 months, a combination of aid to families with dependent children, benefits and temporary assistance for needy families, payments. Time as an adult receiving AFDC or TANF will count toward the time limit, as will 1 year as a minor parent. Time will count since 7/1/1987, whether consecutive or not. Families with 36 or more months of benefits paid as of 1/1/97 get 24 additional months with first cutoff date of 1/31/99. You indicated that you've never been on power.
Nope.
So you will be entitled to the 60 months.
Okay.
Okay? Power is a pay after performance program which assures the family members are working on a plan to become self-sufficient. Each family member has a responsibility to be working throughout the performance period towards the family's self-sufficient goal. Okay, do you have any questions?
No, not right now.
Okay, so this part right here, and I'll have you mark the box after we go over it. Each mandatory assistant union member is required to meet and cooperate with child support enforcement. Cooperation with child support means signing the report to child support enforcement, which is the 563. And the 563 is this absent parent form. It's going to ask a series of questions pertaining to the father. Okay, so I'm going to give this to you today so that you can start filling that out prior to meeting with child support.
Okay.
Okay?
So I just bring this to them?
Yes.
Okay.
And the child support 543, child support enforcement form, needs to be completed on all absent parents, and in this case, it's Mr. Jagger. Establishing paternity and obtaining child and medical support for the children and spousal support for yourself. If you would like to request good cause, talk to your worker.
Okay.
So if anytime you feel there's a safety issue and you're going to be in harm's way, then there's the back side of this, right here, that you can complete. And it indicates why you feel that you would be in harm's way. And then if you could provide documentation evidence, then I'll send that up to the state office and we'll have our power program administrator make that decision.
Right on. Okay.
Okay? Do you have any questions pertaining to that?
No.
Okay, go ahead and check that. Okay. Parent or caretaker relative is responsible for assuring school-aged children. That does not apply at this time.
Okay,
All minor parents are responsible to be enrolled in and attending school. That does not apply to your household. Teenagers who has completed the 10th grade or is 16 years of age, there's nobody in the household that meets that criteria, so that is exempt also. This will apply though, adults whether attending school or not, and teens not attending school must register for work and follow up on job leads with the Department of Workforce Services. They also must be working on an individual responsibility plan, which what we call an IRP, to become self-sufficient through full-time participation in a work activity. Allowable work activities include, but not limited to, job search, resume building, job training, developing work history, establishing employment references, improving marketable skills, life skills, and parenting skills. Exemptions from the work activities are limited to being over the age of 65, being a single custodial parent caring for a child under the age of 3 months, and caring for a child. Exemption is limited to 12 months in a lifetime. Do you have any questions on that, Ms. Moore?
yes, I do.
Okay.
So, if I get a job, what am I gonna do with my kids? Like, how do I get daycare? I had a lady who would do daycare, but she's kind of bailed on me here and there, so what do I do?
Okay. Once you are in a power work activity, daycare services are available to you
Through DFS?
through DFS. And you would be signed a different caseworker because they have their own daycare unit that does eligibility. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you an application today to take with you.
Okay,
And the worker is Melissa Barker, and I'll give you her card so that you can contact her with any questions.
okay,
Okay? As long as you're in approved activity and you're complying with the work components, then you are eligible for daycare. One thing about the Power program, you have to maintain daycare. You cannot use that as an excuse if you fall. If you do not follow your Power work plan and you come in and say, oh, I didn't have no daycare. I didn't have no dependable daycare.
well, that's what I'm having now, so, but you're telling me that they'll give me people who I can talk to find out what dependable daycare would be?
Yes, if you go to the DFS office and in the accounting unit, they have a list of all the daycare providers that are enrolled
Okay,
with the state of Wyoming.
all right,
And we do have 2 daycare licensing individuals
okay,
that monitor the daycares. And if you wanna contact them, if you pick out a daycare and you wanna contact them to see if there's, how is this daycare? They can tell you if there's been any complaints filed against them.
okay,
Okay?
all right. All right, I can check that box then.
Okay, go ahead and check that box. And then this one, unmarried minor parents, that does not apply to you. All adults and minor parents must report any changes in income, employment, and resources, decreases or increases in the number of family members, or any other information that might affect their family's performance payment to the DFS worker immediately within 24 hours. So it's very important that you report all changes immediately, at least within 24 hours from the date it becomes known.
Okay,
Failure to do so, you'll fall out of compliance.
okay,
Okay? And then all adults or minor parents must locate childcare providers so that they can keep appointments and perform the work requirements within 2 days of the initial meeting with the work program case manager. They must apply for childcare benefits when needed for DFS to assist with payment. Okay, so I did give you the application,
mm-hmm.
and then if you fill out that and get it started, and then they'll set you up an appointment.
Do I need to mark that box too then, since I'm gonna have to get childcare on this thing, or no?
No,
Okay.
the daycare is on a separate
On a
application.
separate form, okay,
Mhm. Yep. So, the front of this IRP basically indicates that you are an adult parent to the children that you are requesting assistance for. Okay? And then here, you will cooperate with the pursuit of child support and hereby assign to the state of Wyoming any right to support owed or paid to any family member for whom you are seeking assistance. All rights to medical support or payment for medical expenses from any other person paid on behalf of any family member for whom you are seeking assistance. All payments on back support, current support, and future support. Do you have any questions pertaining to them?
No, this is all me though, right? So we mark all
Yes,
those?
ma'am.
Okay,
And then I will meet, which means you will meet the performance requirements explained on page 2 of this form and keep all scheduled appointments. So basically what we went over here, you indicated that you will comply with all aspects of this form where you
Okay.
place check marks. And then the penalty for family member not complying with the performance requirements.
okay,
I'll explain that in a little detail.
okay.
If you fall out of compliance with Power Work,
Mhm.
fail to turn in a timesheet, fail to attend an appointment, they'll inform me of that and it'll sanction your power payment. If you fail to comply with child support, if child support contacts you and you fail to respond to their notice, they'll inform me and that'll sanction your power payment. Power is a pay after performance program. So initially, from the date of application to the end of the month, if you're in compliance with all 3 aspects, Power Work, child support, and on my end, income, assets, and eligibility, I will issue a prorated check for the month of August. And on the 1st of September, if you're still in compliance, I'll issue you a full power payment. If you're in compliance through September 14th, then you're entitled to October's power payment. Once your case is up and running, then we call it power pay after performance. So, for instance, September 15th through October 14th, it's going to give you entitlement to November's payment. Okay? So you're always performing work requirements, child support, and on my end, in order to get that power payment. Okay?
Okay,
And if you fall out of compliance, your payment will be in the dollar status.
okay.
And then go ahead and check that unless you have any questions.
Nope,
You will meet the mandatory time periods for you to register with the Department of Workforce Services, meet with the child support worker and the work program case manager, DVR, Department of Vocational Rehabilitation, and or Social Security. Okay, so basically on this one here, you're just gonna be meeting the child support worker and workforce services and meet with your Power Work case manager, okay?
okay. So you're gonna give me something that tells, or they call me and tell me when to come in, or do I have to do that on my own?
I'm gonna give you, after you check here and here, if you don't have any questions, I'm gonna give you your power appointment schedule, which is the DFS 100,
Okay,
and it'll have all your time frames,
okay, well, I don't have any other questions, so I'll mark those.
okay?
Do I
And
need
I'll-
to sign that too?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. This form here is your appointment schedule. So what we're gonna do is register for the Department of, with the Department of Workforce Services. You're gonna register at the point in time when you meet with your Power Work case manager.
Okay.
Okay? And then let me see if they are available and see if he responds to, what time works best for you, ma'am?
My kid gets up pretty early, so mornings would probably be good.
Okay. Now, while I'm waiting for him to respond, the date of application, you have to meet with child support within 2 days. So we have to meet with child support on the 18th, no later than the 18th. Same time works best for you?
Yep.
Let's see if I can get a hold of child support. Look at that, Marco responded. He indicates that he can meet with you on 8/17 at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
His office is located 1510 Pershing Boulevard, the west entrance.
Okay.
The DFS is on the north, he's on the west. Will that work for you?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. And then I'll let him know that'll work for you. And child support has responded. And they're willing to meet with you on Tuesday the 18th at 2 o'clock with Betty.
Okay.
Will that work?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And child support is located at 1510 East Pershing Boulevard, west entrance, Cheyenne, Wyoming, and there's a phone number. So here we go. You're gonna register with the Department of Employment on the 17th when you meet with Marco. That's when he'll put you in an IRP, put you in a plan, and let him know what your intentions are. If you wanna return to school, let him know,
Okay.
okay? And then you're gonna meet with child support at 2015 Cary Avenue, Cheyenne, Wyoming, and then their phone number 635-3365. Marco's number is 777-7777. It's okay to, if something comes up when you're in the power program and initially, call ahead of time. If you have an appointment with me and something comes up on Monday and you gotta leave town on Sunday, leave me a message.
Okay.
Same thing with your power work manager, give them a call. If you got an appointment on Wednesday at 8 o'clock, give them a call ahead of time on Tuesday. Hey, an emergency came up, I had to leave town, I'll get back with you. Same thing with child support. You'll fall out of compliance if you call after the fact.
Okay.
If your appointment's on Monday at 10 and you call at 10:30, I won't be there, then they'll sanction that power payment.
Okay.
Okay, do you have any questions for me?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, in order for me to determine eligibility, I'm gonna need the employer form completed by the Albany Verifying Employment End. And if you have a number and you want me to make contact for you, I'll be more than willing to do that for you. Bank statements, Warren Federal Credit Union for the kids' savings accounts. And then your bank statements from Wells Fargo. Copy of your vehicle registration. Self-employment statement pertaining to
My cleaning stuff.
what your gross wages are gonna be for the month of August and ongoing.
Okay.
Attach a receipt. If at any time you have any questions, my job is to protect the integrity of this file. My job is to make sure it's correct. If it's ever audited or QA'd, my job is to make sure that it's correct, so that you don't incur an overpayment or an underpayment. Okay, so I'll type a narrative today concerning this interview. I'll send out a 10-day pen notice reminding you of what I'll need.
Okay.
Okay, let me give you my business card, and at any time you have any questions of what the program entails, or a lot of times once you leave, questions start popping in, give me a call.
Okay.
Because my job here is to help you become self-sufficient.
Okay.
Okay? Do you have any
Yep.
questions for me?
No, not right now.
Okay, then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and make copies of this stuff here. And I'll fax over this form to child support to let them know that you're on your way.
Okay.
And then I'll get a hold of make copies for Marco and give them copies of the IRCU and the appointment schedule, and it's been a pleasure, Ms. Moore.
Well, thank you, thanks, I hope this all works out for me.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
I'm glad they told me about it.
It's a good program, and, you know, that's what the system's there for, is to help you become self-sufficient. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You got the touch. You got